I just came to say hello. I just wanna say hello. Hey y'all. Um this video is a pretty serious one. There's 1,400 of you, right? And some of you guys have been rolling with me since the beginning, since I first started making my videos. And I was just getting into my stride and figuring things out and just trying to put stuff out there because I wanted to. Some of you guys are new, but some of you guys have been rolling with me since then. So for starters, I want to say hello. Although I am nervous and I'm terrified, this is a video that I feel like I need to put out there, and let the world know kind of thing, before I continue to make more. Just so you guys understand, like, really who I am and, like, what I'm doing on YouTube, making videos for. Specifically, like, there was a time where, I don't know if you care, there was a time where I just kind of ended the video, blah. But then, after a certain point, I just started putting Dream On at the end of my videos, right? The little heritage logo and Dream On. Because there's life that happens when you're building. All of a sudden we're an architect and we design this plan for our life and how we think we'll go about it and what we'll do, what pieces we'll make, and we're just building, make architect, builder, you'll work together, you inside yourself, I guess. You work together and you're building your life as you want it to go. But then there's this earthquake called life that comes by and sweeps everything and destroys, shakes everything you have just put all of your, time into down. It breaks it all down and you have rubble. That's what happened to me. Like, the thing in life is that, life and then death. Okay, I understand that. But basically I'm saying 2 years ago, I lost my dad. I won't cry. Okay. Oh my gosh, I need something bigger. I need something bigger. I can't do this. Maybe I should just keep this going while I'm talking. Will that maybe? No, that's annoying. It's stupid. Okay, whatever. My world kind of did like one of these things. And you fall and collapse and cry and everything. And I was in a really bad stage. And part of me, I didn't want anyone to talk to me. No, just let me hide. Let me grieve. But then at the same point, they gave us like 2 weeks for bereavement. I just took the week or whatever. I didn't want to stay out for too long. But it was just sad. And it's like, I didn't get to see him, when it happened and everything. Oh, there goes a tear. Oh, God. Depression is very real. My dad committed suicide. He didn't want to be here anymore. And he didn't have any family by his side. I was 19. As teenagers, we're just trying to find ourselves. We're just trying to, do the right thing and figure out what's right and, have our family that loves us. So when you have a parent that, you only get two. You only get two parents. For real. It sucks. The point of this video is to let people know that it's out there. Suicide happens, but it's totally preventable. You might be going through something. You might be fighting depression yourself. You might know somebody who's struggling, but it's one of those things that you have to talk about. Even if there's no one around, talk about it. Talk to yourself. Write it down. Do what you have to do to vocalize and to vent and to get that negative energy out of you. I mean, sure, that's not the one-all solution, because if it was, suicide wouldn't be a thing. If you're lonely, talk to someone. If you're thinking about ending your time, don't, because we need you here. I think about my dad every day. He was a really brilliant person. And unfortunately, the world don't get to see that no more. I don't get to see that no more. I got memories and voicemails and, pictures, but I don't have my dad. So this is a video I had to put out there because there's some people that are just like, well, where have you been? And I'm just like, yeah. How do you put that to words? How do you tell somebody you know, this is happening to you. It's already an awkward It's already an awkward topic to talk about. It makes people uncomfortable. People just shift, and you know, you see it. And it's one of those things like, dang, like, did we forget that, you know, our hearts get sick, our lungs get sick, but sometimes our minds get sick too. Not necessarily ashamed to say it, because I wasn't, but I was just more sensitive to my privacy and everything like that. But I think now that I'm starting to, you know, take it for what it is, it's one of those things like it doesn't do me any good to keep that in, because what am I gonna do? My dad's already gone, so it's like, and I know there are people out here that are like struggling somehow. My dad isn't the only person I've lost in my lifetime to suicide, and I'm actually tired of that being an issue. But it's one of those issues that people aren't come to terms with and fight sometimes. Like we kind of shy away from it versus facing it. You know, with that and a lot of other issues in this world. That's where I've been, and I wasn't coming back to YouTube. I wasn't gonna do this until I'd figured out myself. Until I realized, like, what are you gonna do? Because this happens and you can't change it. That's where I was at. Something happened and I couldn't change it. So now from that point on, it's like, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna cry? Are you going to just, you know, wind yourself and mope around and just, yes, I'm going to do that. But at the same time, I'm going to tell my story and let somebody know that, hey, you may be feeling down, but you can cry now, but don't cry forever. Or shit, if you do cry forever, put a laugh in there too. First of all, let's have a little breakdown here. Sadness and happiness are two emotions that people can have. You can be sad and you can be happy. But if sadness outweighs the happy, that's where it happens. That's the start. That's where, you know, sometimes you can't break out of it. I'm saying that in life, bad things will happen. If we're already not in a good place, that bad thing happens and we're just like, when that stuff happens, it's just like, yo, you gotta dig down deep. It's like for all my athletes out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you literally cannot run no more, your legs are cramping up, you're about to die, you're about to shake and break down like an old car or something. And then you hear somebody's voice, just like go, or you know, pushing you on, or maybe you have a teammate running with you. Shout out to my teammates because y'all was doing that for me a lot. You hear that voice or something, like yo, push, dig down deep, find that voice somewhere and dig down deep. You know, I've learned a lot from this experience and losing him and, you know, everything that comes like that. One thing that I do know is that he's taught me, unfortunately, is that life is very short. 1 minute you're here and then the next minute you're gone. Gone. So do what you can to make the most out of your life. Because this shit ain't forever. Come on, man. I cannot. It's gonna be some crying in here, but I'm just trying to keep my face on. So, wake up and do what you love and find your way. It's hard dealing with this stuff because it's something that you, like, even when you're happy and your life is good, sometimes you just think about it and it just turns your whole mood down and you just want to see one another. Whatever you're going through, fight, because it happened for a reason. And sometimes it's one of those things that it tests you. Dealing with a loss, it's going to test you and it's going to make you cry and it's going to make you weak, but at the same time it can build you up so strong. Crying, you know, I'm over here trying to hide my tears, but it's a good thing. I don't care what nobody says, because in order to have cried those tears, you had to endure the pain. So you're enduring pain and then your tears are just look, you know, it's like pain leaving your body kind of thing. So this has definitely changed my life. You know, like I said, before I make any more videos, I feel like this is a video I have to say. And as painful as it is, as hard as it is, As much as I was trying not to, I'm not, maybe I shouldn't thinking about it. Just say it. Just put it out there. Because I'm like, y'all not robots, y'all human too. And it's like, we get caught up in that whole thing, oh, I can't show my emotions because shit, if someone sees my emotions, this might help somebody. Like, I'm not just out here just doing whatever. Oh, screw y'all. I was really trying to get myself together because I was about to snap. But like, that's not fair to nobody. Like, I'm not about to come back on here and just be like, oh, hey. I'm like, I'm not okay. I wasn't going to wait till I was just like, oh, on this big platform to say it. I'm like, no, bruh. Y'all about to know I'm a nobody. Y'all gonna know what happened to me. All of this stuff, I swear God's been there. I swear. Like, just talking, talking to the air, talking to myself, writing stuff down, writing in a diary, praying, like all of that has been a big part in my healing process. And to cry and to grieve and to talk about it. Because this isn't the first time I've mentioned it. But this is something I need to make public because suicide is real. Depression is real. Mental illness is real. It affects me. And it affects my family. I was looking through YouTube videos trying to figure out and try to find a video that I could resonate with. And I couldn't with any of them. Like suicide and depression, I feel like that's like a 2-in-1 kind of thing. Because the person, if you're depressed and you're in that state, that's one loss. Like, your body's here, yes, but I'm not here. But you're here. You're alive and your heart is beating, but I'm not here. Or I'm here, but I come and go and I'm me and then I'm not me. It's kind of like that. And then next minute you just decided, I don't need this. And then you just go. Oh, you wake up and you're like, hoping it's a dream. Like, oh man, great day, Dad. So when I get depressed or sad, it's very real. I'm pretty much a really chipper person, but sometimes, you fall into that. I mean, there are times where we get really sad and it's like, what? Looking into my reflection made me cry. Like, it was so bad. And that's sad. Like, no one should have to go through this kind of stuff. And it's something that you should be able to talk about freely and just put it out there, because if you do, you'll feel better somehow. Weird. This is my hello kind of video. An update on what's happened since I left. Why I left and why I kind of had to like, oh no, I can't come back right now. Like, I had to let myself heal and figure out what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be myself. Kind of rebuild myself in the best way I could. But in that same instance, this is something I want to put out there. I don't really care. I don't care what people think of the situation, but it's something I have no control of. I don't have control of anything at this point, but this video. If you have thoughts of suicide, like, you hear those commercials all the time, but if you have thoughts of suicide or depression or anything that's bad and that could like seriously affect you and your family, like, talk to somebody. It's real out here and it's not fair. It's not, you shouldn't have to feel like that. Like, talk to somebody, write it down, talk to yourself, get it out of your head. Like, you have to let those things out. Some college campuses, I guess you can have a cat on campus. If I could have a cat on campus, like, yes. We're young, we're stressed out, and it's like, you can't always help it, but if you can, find that inner strength to fight it. Fight like hell for your life, kind of thing. Won't get, knock on wood, all these illnesses, but, everyone can be sad. But unfortunately, sometimes that sadness can turn into something much worse that we don't necessarily think we can control, or something that we think is beyond our bounds to control. And it's like a year ago, I lost a friend that I was sitting right next to in class. We used to cut up and everything, and it was cool. And he died the same way. He committed suicide. And it's just like, you never would have thought, because he was always happy. He was a good-looking person. He had his life together, seemingly. But you don't know what people are going through. The real test of your character and, how you are is in what you do after. You're going through something, don't you know it's a beautiful day to be living? Don't give up. Your heartbeat has been beating for the duration of your life. I mean, for some people, it might have had some hiccups, If you're watching this video, yes, your heart, your lungs, your body has been working and hasn't given up on you, man. So just think about that. Like, I'm sure there are days where you are running and your heart just be like, yo, stop, I'm gonna stop if you don't stop, kind of thing. Or your lungs, maybe you smoke a little something, or you do whatever you do, and your lungs be like, yo, they're ready to give out. I'm gonna give out if you don't stop. But then they don't, and you still living, and you still here, and you still fine. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you're going through, everything will be fine. For real. Like, everything gonna be fine. As long as you keep yourself in good spirits, you will be fine. Making things, making art and being creative and all of this, creative juices, it makes, coping easier for me. Like, it gets your mind off things and you're not, it's one less thing you think about and you're actually putting good into the world. So, you guys will be part of my therapy process from this point on, if that's okay. I can't hold this in forever. I don't want to keep it a secret kind of thing. But this stuff is real. Very real. So, in dark times, see that light. Find it. Make it. Do it. And embrace your parents, guys. And embrace your family and embrace them. Embrace whoever takes care of you, whoever you love. Embrace them, because life is short. What I would do to hold my dad, to get a hug. What I would do to get a hug. I will say that since his passing, I've had some very interesting dreams. I think one of the most recent was, it was after his birthday had passed. It was like maybe like 2 days after his birthday. Went to sleep, and in the dream, he was leaning on our sink in our house. Not leaning on the sink, but that'd be weird. He was leaning against the sink, and then the counter, leaning on the counter by the sink. And he was smiling, and he looked happy and at peace. And he was talking to me about something, and I was like, I kind of cut him off very abruptly, and I was just like, wait, happy birthday, because his birthday just passed. And I gave him a hug, and it was weird because that hug felt so real. Like, I felt beer belly and all, like height, tallness, I felt it. And then I started crying, and then he told me that he's coming back. And I'm sitting here like, how you gonna, like, I didn't want to, like, question him or anything, but I was just like, yo, huh? And so, in waking up and thinking about it and processing what he told me, no, kid, you're going about it wrong. It's not that he's coming back. It's just that he's reminding you that he never really left. Like, I have these dreams and these thoughts, and sometimes, like, creative things just kind of slap me in the face, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Dad was a very creative person. Like, maybe, like, the amount of creativity I think I might have is what he had in, like, his pinky nail. Like, seriously, like, it was crazy. But the frustrating thing about it was that he felt overwhelmed with everything he wanted to do and the plans he had, and everything just couldn't seem to get done because life happened and he couldn't grasp it, and before you knew it, it was too late. I mean, he was dealing with something for longer than I've been alive. And so the moment your family leaves you, you only get 2 years from that, and then it happens. You I don't fault him. I don't hate him. I love my dad. I'm not angry about anything. I just wish I had him back. But it's one of those things like, yo, what are you gonna do? What am I gonna do about it now? Well, I'm gonna share my story. That's what I'm gonna do. Let somebody know. And if it hits someone in the chest kind of thing, I feel like I've done my job. What I needed to do with this video. And to spread awareness about something that has gone quiet for too long. It's being spread, but I'm gonna do my part to share this. It happens to kids, it happens to parents, it happens. And I'm like, yo, stop, wait, there's another option for that. Don't do that. Regardless of if anybody watches it or not, like, I needed to say this for me and make it public. Make it public, like a PSA kind of thing about life and what I've been going through in the last 2 years. I was trying to grieve and I didn't want people to know, because I didn't want people to judge it and people to just be ignorant about it and just insensitive and everything like that, because I'd gotten enough of that face to face from people and it's kind of disgusting. I don't know who made it okay for people to say kill yourself. Like, that's not okay. And it hurts to hear it, especially like when I'm already thinking about my death. That's like literally kicking somebody when they're down. Like, yeah, you don't mean it, but why would you say it? Stop telling people to kill themselves. Like, stop saying kill yourself. Like, that's not cool. And it hurts people. And you never know who's going through stuff like that. No one's going to fight you for it. I mean, some people might, because they're hurt and they're grieving and you want to say stuff like that. Everything happens for a reason. Every loss, every gain, every experience. And no matter what that experience is, it's like you rising above it and growing from it helps to develop you into the person you want to be. That's how the cookie gonna crumble. That's how it is. So we have to power through and raise up. So despite whatever happens, continue to dream and make sure you find your happiness and find things that make you like legitimately happy. And then somehow embrace those things that go wrong. Turn the negatives into a positive, and then don't forget to do. Like, do what you must to do what you must. Like, do what you have to do to see that happiness and that delight. Like, do it. Yeah. They say don't grieve for the person who died, grieve for the living, because they the ones got to think about everything. The person who died is at peace. And it's like, I know a lot of people have told me that, and it's like, yo, that's calmed me down. Some people don't like hearing that, you know, they just want the physical and they want them now. And it's like, I understand, but I do understand to some extent, what was happening. A lot of it, my dad was strong, but, you know, unfortunately, it's one of those things that you can't hold on forever. But it shouldn't be that way. Again, my name is Kia, and this is Heritage 93. Hey, y'all. And that was my dealing with a loss story. Dealing with a loss in life kind of story. I feel better. If you feel what I'm saying, or you can resonate with anything I've said, let me know. At this point, I just really want to know that someone's with me on this. Again, thank you guys for listening and watching, and yeah, see you in the next one.